guys, I'm just like gonna do my makeup and put on my jewelry. I just got out of the shower. But I figured why not just talk about this random thing that popped in my head, because I think it's funny, featuring my dog in the background, who you might occasionally see. And yeah, so this is about my friend Jay. Well, we're gonna call him Jay because I've said his name before on this channel, but that was before, like, I think that was 3 times. No, I said it twice. But I don't want to like say stuff about his name without asking him, so I'm just gonna go like this. But so Jay and I've known him technically since 6th grade, and I'm going into my sophomore year. We didn't talk a bunch throughout 6th grade. We talked occasionally in orchestra because it was the only class we had together. 7th grade we didn't talk very much because we couldn't. 8th grade we started talking more, and 9th grade, like, the most we've talked ever. And I love Jay. He's awesome, and he's basically like my gay best friend, except he's bi. But me and him got the thing where, like, I'm bi but prefer women, and he's bi but prefers men. So we got, like, that thing kind of going on. And at the beginning of freshman year, we were, I was talking to him a bunch, and he does cross country, and I'm going to be doing it this year. I didn't do it last year, though. But we wanted to just, like, hang out a little bit outside of school. So I went, and because I live right next to the high school, I was like, here, after school, I'll go to my house, I'll grab my longboard, and I'll longboard with you while you run for cross country until you get like a mile and a half away from my house. And he's like, sure, let's do that. So we did that, and I was so nervous. I didn't really come back up to the school after I went home to grab my longboard, because I was like, I had to drop my backpack off first because I didn't want to longboard around with my backpack on. But I was too scared to actually go over to where all the cross-country kids were meeting up before practice, because that's scary, because at that time I was not an athlete at all. And so we go, he goes in front of all the guys on his team, and he starts running up ahead of them with me, like way ahead. We put like a 400-meter gap between us. Between like us and the group of guys, because my ex-boyfriend is also on the cross-country team, and he was running with them, and I didn't want to talk to him at all. So we went and like we were just talking a bunch, and at one point they start catching up to us, and because we were running on the opposite side of the road as them. Well, he was running on the opposite side of the road from his team, and I was just longboarding on the opposite side of the road. And so I hear the guys on the team start yelling behind us, Jay, is that your girlfriend? And I'm just like, oh my god, because my ex-boyfriend was in there, in that group. And it just made me, like, me and Jay immediately just started yelling, like, no, we're not. And at that point I thought I was a lesbian, so I was like, I'm literally a lesbian, which I thought was even more funny because my ex-boyfriend was in the group, and if he hears that girl that he previously dated was a lesbian, like, that's just like, well, the only girl he's ever dated. It'd be funny to me, very, very funny. So then we kept going, and we were still ignoring the group of cross-country guys, really, after that, because they were annoying. And, yeah, so then we get way, way ahead of them, and we get to the point where we're, like, a mile and a half away from our house. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop here, because this is as far as I told my mom I was going out, and she wants to know where to find me if something goes wrong. And Jay's like, okay, whatever. And so as I turn around and Jay starts waiting for his team to come and catch up with him so that he can, like, run semi with them, they start yelling again about me being Jay's girlfriend. And I'm just like, and again, I scream, I'm a lesbian at them. But the first time after they said, well, asked if I was Jay's girlfriend, me and Jay just look at each other and we're like, we would never date each other, right? And Jay's just like, I would never date you. And I'm like, good, because I feel the exact same way. So we both just had like a mutual agreement, like, no, we will never like each other, ever. And that just, it makes me laugh thinking about that. So, year goes on, we're good friends, we do indoor and outdoor track together, me and Jay are like always talking, and yeah, so that's fun. Turns out though, after that time happened, when I went with them on the cross-country run for a little bit, my ex-boyfriend, after I left, was pissed. He got so mad at Jay and was just like, I can't believe you brought her here. Like, I am so offended. He was so mad. But, yeah. It was fun hearing about that from Jake the next day. And he's just like, I just think it's funny because that guy was an idiot and he did some messed up crap to you and he's the one getting mad because I'm hanging out with my friend. You're the one who trauma dumps to me. That's what he was saying, and yeah. So then, blah, 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 things go by, blah, 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 blah. And Jay's mom is scary. Jay's mom is not how my mom is. My mom is the kind of person that I could write, I'm gonna die, in my messages with her, and she understands that I'm super anxious. I can go and be real with her, and I can tell her a bunch of the drama that's going on, and like, I can tell her literally like anything, and she's like, okay. My mom is just entirely like person. She is just awesome, and like, she doesn't care if I'm like super using manners talking to her, as long as I'm not telling her to shut up or swearing directly at her. She's fine. So yeah, so I know my mom's a lot different than other moms, but yeah. So Jay's mom is like the opposite of my mom. And she's very much, you gotta talk to her like really politely and have to have like perfect grammar and everything talking to her. And like, got to the point where whenever Jay would text his mom off my phone because he doesn't have a phone, I would go and just like, you text. I can't, because I really did not want to offend his mom. And so, yeah, so now that it's summer, me and Jay don't really get to see each other as much, and that makes me sad because he is literally my gay best friend, and I love him so much, super platonically. And almost every time I say I love somebody, it's platonic, by the way, just so you guys know. Oh, there's Marsha again. And like, don't stick your nose in the fan. Sorry. You're gonna stick your nose in the fan again. Sorry. So the only way I can really communicate with Jay is through texting his mom. And since it's summer, there's this clinic going on over the summer for an event that me and Jay both do for track. We both do pole vault. So, we're both signed up for this pole vault clinic, and it's on Tuesdays. And I never know if Jay's gonna be there or not, because he didn't sign up originally, but then at the first one, he did show up. So, I'm just like, okay. Okay. So, then I go to the next one, and he's there again. And then I go last week, and he isn't there. And I'm like, Jay, my bestie, like, no, you need to be here. Except I had no way to contact him to ask about all of it because I didn't want to offend his mom. So, like, it was scary. So today, I went and I messaged his mom. And I said, hey, Jay's mom, sorry I don't know your last name or what you prefer to be called or anything, but I was just wondering if Jake will be at pole vault today. And she responds very shortly later, like, oh yeah, he'll be there, and explains like what she likes to be called and everything. But she thought it was my mom texting her, not me. And I don't even know why I should think that, because I have texted her during practice before, like during outdoor track practice. Like, Jay has messaged her from my phone during practice. So, I don't know how, like, multiple times Jay has even called her from my phone during practice. Like, so I don't get how she didn't realize that, but I ended up responding like, actually it's Claire, not my mom, and I will be at practice today. And she's just like, oh sweet, Jay will be so happy to know that you're going. It's not like I've been there every time. But, yeah. So, yeah, that was really all I had to say for this. But the funny thing with Jay being like my gay best friend, basically, because he's one of my best friends. And Jay, if you still do what you did during the school year and binge watch my videos on your Chromebook, hi there. Shout out to you. But like at the end of vault practice, he will come up to me and he'll be like, this person's low-key kinda hot. And I'm just like, because that person he said was hot. The guy is the same guy who I liked a while ago. And like, except I've gotten over that, so I'm just like, shoot. So I'm just like, Jay? No! He is 2 years older than us! No! And it's just funny to me. I love Jay so much, though. Literally one of my best friends. Literally. I hope me and him have classes together again this year. I don't know if we will. We'll probably have global and English together again. And I feel like that's gonna be it. Which is gonna suck. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about today. You guys won't get to see the rest of my makeup because, yeah, I'm gonna end it here. But thank you guys for listening to my just rant about, not rant, but me just talking about a bunch of stuff with my friend. So, thank you. And, yeah, hit the like button if you enjoy me just talking randomly like this. And, yeah. Bye!